guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at the new song from Elton John and Ed Sheeran on acoustic guitar, Merry Christmas. Lovely song. I would say not too simple, to be honest. There are a few tricky chords, but it's no capo, open chords. Now I'm doing another video as well, which is going to be a playthrough. So if you are an advanced guitar player, I actually recommend you go and watch that other video in which you'll probably be able to figure out the song with the chords rather than just sitting there through 8 minutes or so of tutorial. So yeah, let's get started for this one, and if you are into that type of content, consider subscribing to the channel. It's always appreciated. So what I'll do is I'll put the time codes on the screen, so if you want to skip to a particular section of the video, you can do that as well. You don't have to sit through the whole thing. And the way I'll show you is that I'll start with a very simple way to play it, just with chords and strumming. And then we might add some embellishment towards the end of the video, so you can kind of get close to the actual version, although keep in mind that it is not a guitar song, it is played on a piano, so there will be some variations, but hopefully we get to that point where it's close enough. Okay, so the song actually starts on a very interesting progression of chords, which is not the easiest, to be completely honest, but once you get through that, it gets easier. So let's start with this, and then we'll jump into the verse and chorus. So the song is in a key of C, so that's going to be the first chord as well. Then we have an E7, then an A minor, then a G, which I recommend you take like this, don't take the full position. The reason I'm saying you take the G like this in this song is because there is a lot of transition between G and C or F, so it's just going to be easier for your fingers. So after the G we've got an F. Again, the F you could technically take a bar chord, but that's going to be easier, especially that we're going to have some embellishment later where you'll want to remove that second finger. So it's easier to do it this way. It's actually impossible to do it the other way. So yeah, F either like this, or you could also do a F major 7. In that case, just make sure you don't pick this second string. Have that one muted. Then we've got an E minor, then a D minor, then an F minor, F major 7, sorry. So the one we just saw before. So that next one is a bit weird. It's a G7 flat 9, and a recommendation is, imagine you're doing a C, then shift these 3 fingers one string up each, and then just add your pinky on that third fret, third fret, sorry. So for that one, make sure you don't hit that last E. You don't want that one. Okay, so a bit of a weird chord, and then we've got a G6, or you could technically take the full G position, to be completely honest with you. You just really want to have that one ringing, so you could also do the full position for G for that time, and then C. Okay, so to summarize, I'll try to do it with the real pace, hopefully. And then we are into the verse. So for that first intro, it's really important you get the chords transition right, so really practice, especially those last ones. Might be a bit tricky for beginners, but if you just practice the transitions, then you'll be finding that much easier to play along the song. So my recommendation to get the chords at the right time, because it's a bit of a weird strumming, is just to play it through with the song at the start, and then you should get that right. Now, you may have seen on the screen the F major 7s and the G6. They're not kind of mandatory chords, they're a bit transition chords as well, so you could get away without playing those. So towards the end, when you have the D minor, you could just have D minor, this G, and then C. That makes it a bit easier, especially that those at the ends are quite quick to transition. Alright, let's jump into the strumming pattern now. Okay, so the reason I'm doing strumming pattern before verse is because we're going to be using the same strumming pattern for both the verse and the chorus and pretty much the rest of the song. The strumming pattern is quite simple. We've got down, down, up, down, up, down, up. So if you do it on the beat, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you could play it a lot of different ways and that's still going to sound great. And you probably will see when I play it as a demo, it might be a bit different, but you can use that as a base and then play along. Especially when you do the embellishment, you'll see at the end, you might modify that a little bit. Moving on to the verse, in terms of chords, we've got a C, then we've got the A minor, then an F, again you could do a F major 7th if you want, and then a G. And 1 bar each, so if we put that strumming pattern on it, like we just seen before, we've got okay, that's it for the verse, at least for now. I'll come back later and I'll show you how you can make it sound better with all these that you probably heard in the intro. So moving on to the chorus for now, what we've got in terms of chord, we're starting on an F, a G, a C, then an A minor. Then you play the same chords a second time, but that time for the C, you're going to replace it, so you've got F, G, and the C replace it with the E7th. Then A minor again. And then we've got to finish, wrap up the chorus, F and G, 1 bar each. So again, I'll play that with the strumming pattern that we saw before. To the verse. Alright, so now that you have the simple version for both the verse and the chorus, let's have a look into some embellishment. So starting with the verse. You will have realized that there is kind of a Christmassy little lick that goes like... So this is done before the first chord, which is the C. So technically you do that on the previous bar, which starts on the 3, so 1, 2. So it's first string, 3rd fret, and then you go on the A string, open, then 3, open, 3, and then you're already on the C. So that's the first lick between the G of the previous bar and the C. Then between the C and the A minor during the verse. So instead of doing nothing, you can do G over B, which is this position. And you keep the same strumming for the rest. And then between the A minor and the F, we can add a G. So I'll start from the start. So, and then between the G and the F and the G, sorry, we can just modify that F to make it a F major 7th again. So just remove that finger here, or again if you're doing it like this. And that's how you get the verse a bit embellished. And for the chorus, I'm just going to show you one embellishment that you can do is between the C and the A minor, which is the exact same that you just saw between the verse. So we've got the F, G, C, and then G over B and A minor again. ongoing on the normal chorus. And that's it for the song, so I hope you found that helpful. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.